camera or shotgun? The choice is yours. Join Sunny as she takes you hunting for wild boars. Scores of wild boars frenetically run through the dense forest. A true hunter's dream. And now we will show it to you. We will experience unforgettable hunting adventures. Crossing 4 continents in search of the world's finest hunting grounds, we will travel to Africa and Australia, where wild pigs roam free. We will stalk for trophy boars in Europe, and will take part in hunting batus in Asia. Share the thrill of the furious wild boar's encounter with the fearless dogs. Feel the excitement. Feel the danger. Share the adventure. Join the gathering of Boars and Hunters.
In today's episode of Boars and Hunters, we will present to you a new hunting destination for driven hunt of wild boars. We will join a group of hunters from the hunting reserve Vezhen, so that we could follow the driven hunts up in the mountains where the wild animals see human beings on rare occasions. After a brief but abundant breakfast in the cosy atmosphere of the roadside inn, the group of 15 hunters would head for some winter hunting. The driven hunt up in the mountain is quite attractive because of 2 reasons. The first is that because of the snow piled up in the mountain, a tourist vehicle cannot get to the ambushes, and arranging the hunters is a real challenge for their physical capabilities. And secondly, due to the remoteness from the populated areas, animals are found in high concentrations and are really wild. In November, snow up in the mountain is still not high, but cold in the morning hours could turn into ice, even the water in the hunter's pack. Nevertheless, these freezing weather conditions are not enough to cool down the hunting passion reigning over the hunters. Arranging the ambushes starts from the lowest places where the first posts will be located. Here, the hunters should try preventing boars getting out of the driven hunt at any price, so that the others of the group be successful as well. This means that even if the chances of a good shot are minimal, the hunter should take his aim in order to turn the movement of the pack running through the forest. The arrangement of the other hunters at the strategic locations in between 2 hills will provide us with the hotline through which boars will pass while rolling along. Of course, this depends on the hunter's precision. As you will see in a while, the majority never miss, and every incautious boar or offspring that got in their range will be shot on the spot, or would rather roll on the spot. The last ambush is located on the highest place, where the hunter would be assigned with the same task, just like the first post, at the slope beginning. He should be careful for not letting go of the packs frightened by the drivers through the mountain ridge. The first animals to appear at the ambush are 2 does. During the windless morning hours before the break of dawn, it is very hard for the animals to feel the hunters. Hunters' good masking and unnoticeable presence give the operator Sani with opportunity to take some quite close shots of the does that are quite jumpy at other moments. Finally, these animals see their 2-legged neighbours and are fast to disappear in the forest with long jumps. After the good fortune telling thanks to the doe appearance, the hunters expect the appearance of the true reason for being up in the mountain: the large, hairy boars. They do not have to wait for long. They are coming. The pack passes inside the forest, and it is almost impossible to see the boars or shoot, but the hunter has to shoot, so that he can provide the others of the group with the opportunity to shoot as well. After making the shot that was doomed in advance, boars give up their cautious sneaking and undertake a real panic run to the next ambush. The job at the first post is perfectly done. Many hunters would feel tempted not to shoot with the hope for the pack to feel the next hunter and get back to him, but this is a total delusion. The boars remember very well where and when they met the hunter along their pathway, and if they are not frightened, they will try avoiding repeatedly meeting him. Soon, the numerous shots produced by his colleagues above him confirm that theory. The driven hunt is over, right? Yes. I just saw something passing by. I couldn't get anything by the optics. Did you shoot? Were they shooting above you? This is a pack that passed by here and I gave it the initial acceleration in front of me. In the dense forest I could see silhouettes. Four boars have fallen down. Where? Upwards. Me and Acho killed 6 boars, and now we have to fight over them. 6 boars. They are very handsome. One of them is pale white. He shot at it up there, and it kept rolling. There are 3 one above the other in the gully. I shot, and it started rolling. I shot at the second one, and it started falling. Then it was the third's turn, so they piled up. No way. I found a large deer shot by poachers some time ago. A hell of a snow. Me and Acho have 6 boars. Well done. And we have no good luck. Did you start with the common boars? Yes, with the common ones. Just look at the 3 piling over each other in the gully, at some 10 meters away from here. This is one of them. They fell from upwards. I'm sure I hit 3 boars with 3 cartridges, but I got another cartridge out and shot another one, but I didn't see it fall. 3 rolled down, but I didn't see another one rolling down there. And then I killed another one.
For him, just one more. Well done, Acho. You are the best.
The hunter managed in stopping the frenetic run of 4 boars along the slope above him, and 2 of the boars wounded by him were killed at the next ambush by his colleague Emo. Additionally, the 2 hunters took down another 2 boars, and they were disputable since nobody knew their last shooter. All in all, at this ambush, Acho and Emo took down 8 boars in several minutes.
Well done to the masters today.
Let me rub off some luck
Tell
from
us
the
who is the
masters.
good luck. We didn't get that.
Ilyan Kamenov was the last one to kiss us. Probably he is our
Are
good
you
luck.
sure? He kissed them all.
Check out the result of drivers' good work, adequate behaviour of their colleagues and masters' good shooting. This is success of everybody that took part in the driven hunt. I could hear the drivers approaching us, so I thought it was over. I thought everything was over, and Evo told me the driven hunt was over.
Emo, show them the way you were falling and getting up after the
Wait for
boars.
Acho to go away so that I could lie. If he didn't have the camera with him, I would have told you I killed all of them. Did you hear Acho killed another 2 boars? This morning we took down 10 boars. Loads of boars. I do not know their exact number, but there were loads of them.
How many?
Many boars for sausages.
Well done, guys.
After participating in the successful morning-driven hunts in this relatively low mountainous part, the hunters had to move to the next territory designated for driven hunts. It is located up in the mountains, and the hunters and the drivers with their dogs had to reach it by their jeeps. As everyone knows, weather up in the mountain is unpredictable, and the sun could have played them a bad joke. The jeeps with their winter tyres on would have no problem in getting the hunters to the new ambushes, weren't it for the sun. Yes, sun proved to be the killer that was about to cause the snow melting along the unpaved roads up the mountain. The mud that results from its melting and freezes during the night gets in the grippers of the best winter tyres and makes machines uncontrollable along the narrow and muddy mountainous roads. The conditions required from the drivers to demonstrate their skills in these adverse off-road surroundings. Pro is a pro. Indeed. Be the same way in view of boars. This is what we decided. Let's see. Irrespective of the good tyres and the jeeps that are otherwise perfect for off-road ride, some drivers cannot cope with the difficult terrain, and they prefer relying on those that are experienced in such off-road conditions. The people and firearms are transferred to the vehicles that can continue going up the mountain. I can get you there. Just let me see how many we are. Acho is one of the best and most successful hunters that participate in this winter adventure. In addition to his driving skills that are very high, it proved his jeep is unfolding because in addition to him and Ilian on the rear seat, another 3 hunters could get inside. One of them is the footballer Daniel Boromirov, the Bundesliga favourite and many years champion of Bulgaria. He shared one seat with the famous video operator Vladimir Donchev.
You seem piled up over there.
Sani was really amused when he saw on the back seat of the jeep so different personalities united by their desire to take part in the hunt. Are you too tight over there, Daniel? You are alright. You are sitting on something soft. After the first stage, during which the drivers coped with the muddy black roads, it was time for the more significant challenge. Passing along the unbeaten forest pathways covered with wet snow at the mountainous ridge. After Acho cleared a passage just like Kamikaze with his jumpy and faultless Toyota, the others could easily follow the groove ploughed by the powerful engine of his jeep. Half an hour later, the jeeps had passed the difficult terrain along the slope and the hunters prepared to get arranged at the ambushes. Marianne, try shooting less, but be more efficient. Do not make alerts. The remark of the driven hunt's head was somehow reasonable. Along the pathway to the ambushes, we could clearly see numerous footprints of fallow deer and wild boars. It was obvious that animals were energetically moving during the morning hours. The nice and warm weather is a rare occasion for the mountainous inhabitants during the winter, and the animals were looking for food under the warm sun rays. Now it was up to the drivers and the hunters to take advantage of the favourable conditions up in the mountain. The next one will be a guard at the gully at the other side. You should know that. They come out here and up there, and you will drive them further to the other ambushes. As the day advances, the weather deteriorates and strong wind comes out. Nevertheless, it is favourable and the driven hunt seems promising. The region has not been visited by hunters for more than a year, and according to the preliminary surveys held by the forestry employees, the boars are tens, including one 250 kilogram wild boar with huge tusks. There are boars, but they keep quiet until the last moment and they do not want to go. It it is coming our way. The boar that is not followed by a dog runs away in the dense forest, where it is out of hunters' reach. Dogs barking, on the contrary, appears from hunters' back, and soon they find what the dog is after. The young doe is being hunted down by the deluded dog. The hunter is fast to approach the dog in order to prevent the further unwanted chase of the female red animal. There are not many dogs trained to ignore the odour of the reddish animals, especially when animals are young and inexperienced. They frequently follow the traces of does and hens instead of focusing on chasing the wild boars. But there are some dogs that are very well trained since they were young to follow only the boars. This bitch chases just boars. The last time she drove the boar,
She's cool. Just see her lack of interest in the smell of those trails.
we will wait, or shall we go? It seems that the first driven hunt at this place would be a total failure along all ambushes. Maybe the boars sneaked away before someone accelerates them.
Ah, they stopped. They would go down to Ivan.
It seems that we still stand the chance of the pack bumping into the hunters. Based on the numerous examples you have witnessed in our episodes, you can draw the conclusion that if during a driven hunt there is not a single shot, in its end there would be a lot of them for sure. Right in the end of the driven hunt, when the hunters could clearly hear the drivers, is the moment when the boars would most probably stop hiding and would try to avoid the shouting people and their dogs. This is the moment when the wild boars have to stop sneaking like saboteurs and run freely amidst the trees, providing the shooters hidden in the ambush with the best shooting opportunities. False alarm. Only 2 does pass by the ambush. The important thing is that the runaway path of the wild inhabitants is unveiled, and it is highly probable that boars would pass by at the same place. The hunter carefully follows through the optics of his gun the moving animals. He considers and memorizes every gap in the trees that stand the highest chance of being passed by the boars driven in their run. His effort is not in vain, and his tactic is soon rewarded. Along the slope, just in the steps of the does that just passed by, comes a pack of boars. It seems that someone from the nearby ambush saw the sneaking animals, and after this shot, the pack was about to pass right below the hunter. He is preparing to meet them at the most probable place, where there would be shooting visibility. The experienced hunter would not miss this chance. I wounded a tree.
Ajde, ne se motkaj.
Като се качваш нагоре, дай малко вляво. Ай го прасито е там, не е паднал. Намери го, е там долу.
Да, от тук се вижда.
In the end of the driven hunt, the boars are found by the drivers coming from below. The boars that fell at this ambush are two, and both of them are handsome male boars. At the neighbouring ambush, there is another boar to be loaded by the drivers onto the jeeps. And together with the animals taken down in the morning, they will drive them in front of the hunting chalet to take a photo that will memorize this hunting adventure up in Stara planina. The total number of boars that were taken down is 16, as some of them are very good trophy boars. Despite their indisputable success, some hunters feel sorry that they couldn't meet the notorious 250 kilogram boar that inhabits the driven hunts region.